Thank you. All right, I'm back. Thanks, everybody. All right, so I don't have a lot of time. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of 3D at Wayfair. You may or may not know stuff about Wayfair, so I have a quick little fact sheet. We're a really fast-growing company, basically 40% year over year for a long time. I've been here 5 years, and that's been holding true that long. We have something like 1,300 engineers, so we're really kind of a core tech company. And sorry, I just brought that cursor thing up. There we go. Okay, so we're going to jump into photography at Wayfair. So this photo here is actually a 3D render. We've kind of recently switched over to do almost all of our production of photographic imagery for the website to using 3D. So here's kind of how we do it. So on the left-hand side, you see the 3D geometry. We're using a program called 3D Studio Max. It's one of these CAD softwares that they use for producing Hollywood special effects. And on the right side, we have a final render that looks like a lifestyle image. So we've really grown this department a lot, and we're producing a tremendous amount of content. And to do that, we need 3D assets for all the products in there. With those 3D assets, we have the nice benefit of being able to then use them for next-gen experiences. And the team that I run called Wayfair Next basically pioneers new uses for 3D technology, but we're also looking at other things like emerging research, all down the line from voice to blockchain, etc. But today we're going to talk mostly about our three-dimensional work. With our View in Room feature that's on iOS and Android, a customer, when they're in their normal Wayfair browsing experience, can load a product and place it in their room. They see it true to life, one-to-one scale, and they get a better sense of what that product would look like. So ultimately, when we think about how do we want to embrace new technology, we're thinking of it through the lens of our customer. So we want to make sure that we're developing an experience that makes sense. And augmented reality was one of those things that really made sense because we're online only. We want to make the experience of shopping for furniture better because you can stay in your home. You can see it from where you are. You can see the context. There's no kind of confusion about the lighting or the tall ceilings to make you think a couch that's gigantic would really fit in your small bedroom. You actually can see it right there. So again, it kind of starts at the customer, and we're leveraging technology like augmented reality today. And we're also doing things with virtual reality. So we have some virtual reality demos today. You're welcome to check them out. We're showing Patio Playground, which is an Oculus experience. These VR demos that we've made are primarily geared at hinting towards the future. So the state of the technology today, as you most likely know, is that it's really targeted towards gamers and it's focused on entertainment. It's kind of a high-end niche market. However, we believe that the technology and the platform is really powerful and that one day our customers are going to have access to affordable headsets and they're going to look for experiences that go beyond just gaming and entertainment. In our case, we think we can give them that kind of visualization, customization, interaction through multiplayer experiences that really transforms the way we think about how we want to design and curate our home. So we've been building out a few virtual reality experiences. Again, we have one here today, and we're going to continue to experiment with the technology until it's essentially ready for our customer. So again, if you're thinking about VR, I encourage you to do it from that mindset of your customer. What's the value you're bringing? And if the technology is not ready today, that's okay, because in a lot of cases, it takes time to develop the assets that you need. And in Wayfair's case, we sell over 10 million products, so digitizing all of those so that they're ready for VR, AR is going to take a while. And we've basically started early so that we're ready when the technology is there. Another area that we're leveraging 3D technology today is with the web. You may not realize, but the web is a platform that enables 3D technology today. So there's a new platform, or a new format called GLTF that is basically ready to render in your web browser without having to install anything. There's a platform called WebAR that Google's been developing that from your browser, you can basically have an augmented reality experience. We built a simple box search where you can search by volume and then see products that fit in your space. And we're doing Facebook 3D posts. So as you're browsing through your feed, you can actually interact with what looks like a photo until you start scrolling and the perspective shifts a little bit. And then you can really engage with that product in a way that is new. Lastly, I just want to give a quick shout out for our 3D model API. So Shrenik, who's on my team and runs our next gen experiences is here. He basically created our 3D model API to make these models available to other platforms. So if you have an idea that could leverage 3D furniture, reach out to us, talk to Shrenik, and we'll connect you with our tens of thousands of 3D products that you can then start showing in your applications. So that's it for the presentation. I do want to open it up for questions. We get about 4 minutes, so if anyone has questions, we'll just take them from the audience. Go for it.
You mentioned the generation of the assets was a kind of slow process. So are you guys working on technologies to automate the process of the artistic manual asset generation?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the question is, are we leveraging new technology to create 3D assets, essentially, if I can summarize it? And that's true. Yes, we are, actually. So the Wayfair Next team has 4 groups, and one of those groups is dedicated towards a technology called 3D scanning. And we're presently using photogrammetry for the majority of our 3D reconstruction. There are a number of great techniques out there, from laser scanning to things like the Kinect sensor, photogrammetry. We do believe that this technology is going to continue to evolve, and we want to help push it forward. But yeah, I believe that there's going to be a way for us to generate assets at a higher throughput and rapid scale in the near future. Yeah.
There are so many people out there working on 3D experiences, games, chat applications. Is there some way that people can access the Wayfair catalog and bring those into their worlds with some kind of annotation to say, I would like this couch?
Yeah, okay. So the question is, essentially, there's a lot of experiences getting created today. A lot of people need 3D content, such as furniture, and are there ways to get our stuff out there? And that's essentially, I'm going to go back a slide for a second, that's essentially why we created the 3D model API. So we were realizing that there's a lot of stuff that we can't necessarily do with a small team, and we want other developers to basically have access to our content. So a few of the examples we have up here are TrueScale, which is a Vive game. They basically use our 3D models within their room planning tools. And for us, the benefit is that customers can then understand that that's a Wayfair product. I can actually buy this thing. It's not just, pretty geometry. It's actually something that they could see in their home if they liked it. And we're working with all kinds of different partners, from game companies. Resonize, a search plugin for Unity. So if you're looking for 3D assets, you can basically give it a similar 3D asset, and they'll return products that could fit. And Wayfair is one of the catalogs that they've indexed. 3D Warehouse on SketchUp, we can let developers and stylists pull in 3D content directly into their platform. So yeah, thank you for the question. All right, anything else? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, High Point. That's where we showed our first VR demo.
What's the reaction of the online companies?
Yeah.
The Tomlinson's, Boy Hill stuff. And I was just in High Point this weekend. I assume you guys are going there next week.
Yeah, we're there next week. So to repeat the question, High Point, North Carolina is one of the furniture capitals of the world. So all the retailers, there's like hundreds of retail shops, and people kind of converge on the city twice a year to check out the latest and greatest in furniture. And I guess to answer the question is, what are people thinking? I can give some firsthand impression because we were there 2 years ago for the High Point Market in the spring, showing our VR demo. So if you get a chance to try Patio Playground, that was actually the first place we showed it. And I think the reactions were mixed. So we definitely found people that were, I think, more acceptive to technology, being really excited and imagining, wow, this is how customers are going to engage, and this is exciting. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we had a lot of nervous faces in there. We had a lot of CEOs coming in and saying, how is that going to impact my physical store? What is this technology doing to disrupt the traditional way of buying furniture? And I think there's valid, points across the board. I think we're a little biased at Wayfair because we're pushing this new online emerging experience. But it is going to be interesting to see how the technology gets adapted and how customers can benefit from it.
But you're also showing RDR at that same market, and people immediately got to they were like, they were kind of astonished that it was actually happening right there.
Yeah, thanks.
So I mean, a good strategy is to kind of
I'm out of time anyway, so I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, thanks. So we're out of time, but thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to give a quick last plug for 3D University, another tool that we're creating for suppliers to create 3D models. So thanks, everybody.